Hi everyone, it's Julia here from Little Shop of Nerds, and I am here with
Mike. What's up?
Hey, so a couple things before we get started on our video. So Friday, you may have noticed our video went up a little late. That was my fault. I forgot to upload it. So that was my fault. Also, if we're up to 83 subscribers right now, so if we can get up to 100, Mike will dress up as one of three girls, or three female characters that we are going to choose. We do have our three chosen. So once we all get up to 100 subscribers, we will have you guys vote which one you want to see Mike dress up as.
Yay.
And we're not going to reveal those characters until we're ready to post the poll.
Yeah.
So,
and we'll also make a video about us doing it too. So
yeah, we'll do like a little video of me putting makeup on Mike and trying to make him look somewhat pretty. So, but yeah, so that's what we have planned. So, we all just need y'all to help us get up to 100 subscribers so we can do that. But we're at 83 right now, so it's not too bad. We also have a TikTok now. I will be now posting the link to our TikTok and in our description, so you guys can go check us out. Basically, any short that you see on YouTube will basically be on TikTok. So don't feel like you guys actually have to go to our TikTok or anything like that. I mean, it will still be same stuff. So, anyways, let's get into this week's video. So, this week's hint was Once Upon a December.
yes, today we're going to be talking about the Don Bluth from Fox, now owned by Disney, movie ANASTASIA. Now, this movie came out around the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
So, and
Meg Ryan was in the lead role of Anastasia, along with Kirsten Dunst. Kirsten Dunst did the voice for young Anastasia, and then Meg Ryan did the voice for older Anastasia.
And
John Cusack did the voice for Dimitri.
Kelsey Grammer did
Vladimir, I think.
Vladimir.
Yeah.
And you ever realize Vladimir and was it Pearl?
Yeah. Oh no, Sophie.
Sophie. They kind of had like a little thing.
Of course they did.
They look like they had a little. I'm like, yeah. And speaking of that, the voice actors who played Sophie was the actors who played on the Brandy Cinderella movie. The music.
Really?
Yeah, you didn't notice?
No.
You should have looked that up.
Well, Rasputin was played by Christopher Lloyd, and then the Queen or the Empress Dowager was played by Angela Lansbury, which I think she has now since passed away.
Speaking of that, I heard in an interview a YouTuber was interviewing Don Bluth, and he says his favorite voice actor working was Angela Lansbury, because he said everyone would just go out to eat. She just stay at the lot eating a sack lunch, and I'm like, and she was a nice person, so I'm like,
yeah.
Yeah, and right here, see?
Yeah, so as who, though?
As Sophie.
Oh.
The little plump woman.
Yeah. And then, we don't want to forget about Hank Azaria, who did the voice for Bartok, which was this cute little bat that was Rasputin's pet.
And if you don't know who Hank Azaria is, he's the voice actor from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he plays Homer and a lot of others.
No, that's a different guy.
Is it?
He played Apu.
Apu?
Thank you. Come again.
Yeah, I know who Apu is. But I could have sworn that he also did the voice. Oh, he was also in Now and Then. He played, I think it was Sam's mom's new boyfriend after her parents got divorced.
Yep.
which we will do a video later on now and then.
Right.
But let's get it started. So it starts off with you see basically the Romanov family having like this grand ball. And the queen or the Empress Dowager shows up. A little young Anastasia runs up, hands her a picture and that she had drawn. And then her grandmother gives her a necklace and a music box. And the necklace is the key to the music box. And just what I don't get though is Rasputin shows up and he disrupts everything, and then he places a curse on the Romanov family. What I don't get is they had that guy come and get Dmitri, because Dmitri was supposed to be in the kitchens. Dmitri was a young boy at this point.
Very much.
He was supposed to be in the kitchens, and then all of a sudden he's back in the main area with everybody else when Rasputin shows up. A little continuity error there, I think.
Yeah, but you ever realize maybe the film would have been better without Rasputin? And don't get me wrong, it was funny to have him in there.
Mm-hmm.
But I just felt like, wouldn't it just be simple, just have the, there was no villain, it was just trying to find who you are story, which most of the movie was.
But the thing is, though, because, I mean, I kind of like how it was with Rasputin, because there was a lot of speculation back in the day that Rasputin had somehow, cursed the family.
Yeah.
Because, the queen, or Anastasia's mother, had put so much faith into Rasputin when he was still alive.
Yeah, but then they also poisoned him so many times. Like, did they try, like...
Yeah, after the fall of the Romanov family, they tried to kill him multiple times. Like, other people tried to kill him multiple times. Eventually, he did end up dying.
And if you also want spoilers, yeah, Anastasia was never found. Anastasia is dead, pretty much.
Yeah, they did find her bones. There was, like, this, I think this came out around the height of when people were coming out and saying that they were the Grand Duchess Anastasia, and they weren't. But they have recently found her bones. I think in the 90s, I think it was when they found her bones. So she did die with the rest of her family.
So yeah, we just ruined your childhood.
Yeah. So if you guys didn't know that Anastasia was actually really dead, she's really dead.
Well, she'd be dead now, but you get the point.
I mean, yeah, she was born in like the early 1900s, so yeah, she definitely would have been, if she was still alive, if she had survived,
yes,
she would definitely be dead by now.
She did not survive. So.
But she died when she was like 13, something like that. She was young when her siblings were really young when they died.
Yeah, but like I said, in the typical fashion, kind of like a Disney fashion, the villain, starts cursing the Romanovs. Most of the Romanovs was dying. There was like a revolt. That
scene where he gave up his soul to get the things to curse them.
Yeah.
Like when he turned into a skeleton. That's like kind of nightmare fuel.
Yeah, a little.
Oh, like there were some scary moments, but not like creepy like Return to Oz creepy.
Yeah. But you can tell they used some CGI in kind of like how they did with Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, and I mean at that point CGI was still fairly new, but it wasn't done poorly.
No.
It was actually done fairly well.
Like we were saying,
yeah.
there was like a revolt, very much. Then the Grand Duchess Anastasia was trying to get on escaped. The Grand Duchess escaped, but she let Anastasia let go of her hand, and
yeah. Okay, so what happened was they were trying to leave. Anastasia went back to grab her music box. Dmitri helps them escape through the servants' quarters, but she does drop her music box while they're leaving. She almost gets caught by Rasputin. But then he falls into some ice and he dies. They try to get on a train. It was the Empress Dowager. was trying to hold on to Anastasia. Anastasia let go of her hand. She fell to the floor and she bonked her head.
And now she has amnesia.
Yeah, so 10 years later, people are talking about the Grand Duchess always, or not the Grand Duchess, the Empress Dowager always thought that Anastasia was alive. So she had, I think it was 10 million rubles, I want to say, that she was going to pay if anybody had any
Proof.
any idea of where Anastasia was, or if they could bring her proof that Anastasia was still alive or whatever. And it turns out that Dimitri and Vlad are holding auditions for girls to take them to Paris to show that
And
Anastasia was alive.
Pretty much everything was a fail, and then we cut to Anastasia, or known as Anya. She's in an orphanage. The lady tell her to go to the fish market, because she's of age, get a job.
Yeah.
So she does, but she decides to go to St.
Petersburg. Yeah, because at this point she's 18. 10 years have passed. She still has the necklace that said "Together in Paris," that was for the box, or for the music box. But the old woman was like, that ran the orphanage. She's like, no, you've just been a pain in my backside, all these years. And I guess Anastasia was quite mischievous in her young days.
Well, that's what if I took, there was a little research. Yeah, Anastasia was like to play pranks on people.
Yeah. So, she meets this dog and
Puka.
Yeah, and this is my favorite song out of the whole entire series, or out of the whole entire movie, and I think it's called, I don't remember, but it basically is Heart Don't Fail Me Now. Yeah, I'm not gonna sing it because I have a horrible singing voice. Mike's gonna look it up. But it just shows her traveling to St. Petersburg, talking about how she,
I think it's called Journey to the Past.
Journey to the Past, okay.
I could be wrong.
Okay, so, she goes off, gets to St. Petersburg, tries to get a ticket to go to Paris, but she doesn't have any papers.
And how can I put this in a nice way about Russia, not making me look like a jackass, but yet also the communism? You need papers, pretty much like how you need papers to travel in the U.S. Mm-hmm. Like you need a passport to go.
Yeah, like if we were to go to Canada, we would need some sort of passport to get over. Whether it's the book passport that you all see, which I have, or if it's like a card. But, it's basically just stuff like that. Of course, Anya wouldn't know that. And we're just going to call her Anya for now. But it's just like Anya wouldn't know that because Anya grew up in an orphanage for 10 years. But she gets referred to Dimitri. And they find out that he's at the old palace. She goes... Puka kind of gets in. She goes after him. Dimitri hears her trying to, break in.
Yep. But before that, we get a cool musical number, which, everything from, the haunting music, the shadows of the past, everything. And it pretty much was it.
Which one are we talking about?
Once Upon a December.
I mean, that's after she breaks into the palace, because she starts going through the palace and she starts seeing things that kind of look familiar, but she can't place why. And then she walks in the big giant hall, and then we get the Once Upon a December, and it shows her dancing with ghosts relatives of her family, relatives, people, that type of thing.
Yeah, and then after a while, Dimitri hears what's going on, then try to chase her down. She's trying to escape, and they look at a painting. Oh, she looks exactly the same. and they say, hey, if you need help out, you help us.
Yeah, they kind of manipulated her into helping them.
And she thinks, well, maybe I am, because she looks at the painting and she's like, well, I do look like her, because she doesn't know who her past is. So they get this. Well, before that, Rasputin comes back to life, kinda in limbo. Either way,
Yeah, he's in limbo. His body kind of falls apart. I think that is during the time where we get this really haunting song by him, called "In the Dark of the Night," which the singing voice for Rasputin is Jim Cummings. And we've talked about Jim Cummings before. He actually stepped in for Jeremy Irons, right?
For the last part of Be Prepared.
Yeah, from The Lion King for Scar. That's Scar's song. And I was listening to it and I was like, that voice sounds familiar. And it was giving me Scar vibes. So I did look. So I did watch the credits, and I did see where it did. It was Jim Cummings that did the voice or the singing voice for Rasputin, which he's very good at what he does. Jim Cummings is.
Yeah, but like I said, I felt like maybe this song. I know you have a difference, but I just feel like this. I didn't feel like it needed to be there, but maybe that's just me nitpicking.
I mean, I really liked the song.
Yeah, the song's good, but I just felt like it maybe. I just felt like it was kind of like filler.
I mean, because in a way, Anastasia is, a
underwhelming film.
No, it's just more. It is a musical,
right?
Because we did forget that there was a song at the beginning, right before Anya gets released from the orphanage called Have You Heard? And it's basically everybody in Russia singing Have You Heard? Anastasia might still be alive.
It's pretty much the rumors of the last surviving of the Romanovs, pretty much.
Yeah.
But besides that, they're on the train to Paris with Dmitri, Vlad, and Buka and Anya. Now, here's the thing. Anya and Dmitri don't like each other.
But they definitely have some attraction.
Right. And
they are definitely attracted.
And Vlad is, forging the paperwork and everything. And once he hears that the passports need to be red, not in black, and...
No, it was red, not blue.
Red, not blue. And because he had his paperwork in blue form, everyone had them red. And they're like, the one thing I hate about this damn country, everything needs to be in red. And I'm like, don't make a comedy joke. Don't make a comedy joke.
Yeah, so they end up moving to the baggage car. Rasputin tries to kill Anastasia in the baggage car. They manage to escape, jumping off, and then they just continue on their way. And they were going to get on a boat in Germany, but they had to take a bus to get from where they were to Germany so they could get on the boat to Paris.
Yeah, and then we get this musical number. If you think you can do it, I can do it. And Vlad is teaching her how to be a lady, and I guess he used to be like a...
Yeah, like a servant or something.
Kind of like a how to...
Or an etiquette coach or something.
Pretty much. And this is one thing I do like, is because you can hear Kelsey Grammer actually singing, and people who's like, who the hell is Kelsey Grammer? Look up Frasier.
He was also in what's that one with Ted Danza?
Cheers.
Cheers, yes. He was also in Cheers.
And also X-Men The Last Standing. He played Beast.
Don't forget that he was also in The Simpsons as Sideshow Bob. Yes. So, he's not as popular as he used to be, but I mean, that's to be expected because he is older now.
Well, he still acts nowadays, but people don't understand that he acts like a, I wouldn't say, I think that's the part of his shtick is like he acts like a man who like a high intelligent man. I think that was the point of his shtick. Because like that's what Fraser was. He was.
Yeah, he was like a psychologist or something, like a radio psychologist or something like that.
Like we like say we know stuff about like say you would talk about My Chemical Romance, he'll just talk about Chopin. That's pretty much what Fraser was.
So, anyways, so
it was dry humor.
He starts teaching her how to be a lady. They do eventually get on the boat, and she's learning how to dance. And Dimitri is her partner, and at this point you can definitely tell that the attraction between them is growing. And Vlad knows it. He knew it from like the moment that they got on the train. And he gives her a dress to change into, like a nicer dress. She changes into it and everything. Then she learns how to dance. And then later on that night, it's Vlad and Anya, and they're talking. Dimitri's asleep. Then Anya and Vlad go to bed. Well, then Rasputin goes into her dreams and makes her sleepwalk out onto the boat. There's a thunderstorm, so the boat's like pitching and everything like that.
And here's the thing. This was another part. Now, here's the thing, right? It was good. I like the idea of like dreaming about a family she never had, ready to tell her to take a dip. But here's the thing. Then it switched to a nightmare of a demon trying to kill her. And I'm like, okay, one, I think I like the idea of her dreaming of a family, which makes her wants to go to her death. But the idea of that should just wake someone up.
I think with that though is that she wasn't jumping like as soon as he wanted, so he was going to scare her into jumping.
I don't know it's still kind of a mixed message.
Anyway, so he does. Dimitri does end up saving her, and he's hugging her, and she's like talking about there's so many faces in the Romanov curse, and he's just like, what are you talking about? So then they do eventually make it to Paris, and they go to Sophie, but she does answer all the questions correctly. But there was one question that Sophie had asked that Dimitri forgot to explain to her, and it was how they escaped from the palace during the riot. And you could see the look on his face like, oh shit, I forgot to tell her. But then she answers it correctly. And you could see the look on her face like she's like, I remember like a door and a wall or whatever, and a boy helped. And then Dimitri's face just kind of like, he gets that look of realization on his face like, oh shit, this is the real Anastasia. We found her.
Yeah.
And he tells Vlad that, and but then they also found out that the queen or the Dowager Empress is refusing to see any more girls because her heart can't take it anymore.
And she thinks it's another trick, but Dimitri's trying to tell her, no, it's not a trick. But Anastasia overheard, she left, and he...
Yeah, because they went to the opera.
Yeah.
The Russian opera.
Russian ballet.
Yeah, and that was how they were going to meet her, that's how they were going to try to meet the Dowager Empress. So then there was another song there, which is where you definitely know that they have feelings for each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dimitri tried to convince the Empress Dowager to meet with Anastasia. She wouldn't. Anya heard, and...
Yeah, and he kidnaps the Grand Duchess, and...
No, the Empress Dowager.
Either way, Empress Dowager...
You could just say Queen.
Queen, whatever. Either way, kidnaps her, takes her back to the place...
Where Anya was.
And gives her the music box. Then she hears... And at first she's listening to Anya, but yet after a bit she wants to leave, and Anya says something about peppermints and the oil, and she starts to remember something, and now the grandmother believes her, and
Yeah, because I mean that's something that no one else would know unless
yep.
they had been there. So then she does start to. The queen does eventually believe her that is my granddaughter. So then she starts remembering things, and then they're able to reminisce and stuff like that. So then they were going to have. So the queen calls Dimitri to give him the money, and he turns it down. He doesn't want the money anymore. And she's like, well, what do you want? And he's like, well, what I want, you can't give me.
Yep.
Which is basically he wanted Anastasia. So, Vlad looks like he's staying in Paris with, Sophie. And Dimitri's going back to Russia. And, they are having this ball for Anastasia to, like, integrate her back into society, like, royalty or society or whatever.
But we figure out she doesn't like it because it's boring.
Yeah, so she follows Puka because Puka manages to lure her out.
And yep.
And she gets lost in a maze. Rasputin decides that he's going to actually physically come kill her.
And you know, Dmitri realized he loves her, so he has to go back and tell her. Then they get into the altercation of the hero trying to take down the villain, and they broke
Rasputin's reliquary or whatever it was.
Whatever it is, and breaks it. Then, you know, at the end, Anya writes a letter to her grandmother saying, you know, she's going to go with Dimitri.
They eloped.
Pretty much, her and Dimitri's dancing on a boat, and we get the...
Yeah. So then we get one of my other favorite songs, the ending theme song, which was, now I can't remember the name of that song, but it's sung by Richard Marx and somebody else, I can't remember the name. But that's also another one of my favorite songs from that movie. So, with it being a 90s movie, it's actually really, really good.
I give it 8 out of 10.
Yeah, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Yep.
It is on Disney Plus if y'all want to go see it.
And since Disney,
if you've never seen it,
and since Disney owns Fox, that means Anastasia is a Disney princess.
I don't think they haven't even added her to the Disney Princess lineup yet.
Well, they should now.
I don't even think they've added Princess Leia to the Disney Princess lineup.
Disney, get your shit together. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, they added Mulan, which their criteria, now, in case y'all didn't know, the criteria for Disney princesses is they have to show, like, bravery or resilience or something like that.
Yeah, but
which is what Mulan did. So even though Mulan isn't an actual princess, she did find favor with the royal family, which is good enough for Disney. So, yes, Mulan is a Disney princess. Don't come at me because I'll just come right back at you.
And also, who made Elsa's a queen, not a princess no more? So, what the fuck, guys?
I don't know. Like that.
She should be in the queen lineup, not the freaking princess lineup.
Yeah.
I get Anya, but Elsa? I'm like... And also...
You mean Anna?
Anna, who fucking cares? It's Frozen.
I don't like Frozen.
Frozen sucks.
It does suck.
I get it. Let it go. We get it. You need to let it go, bro.
Remember, Mulan was the first Disney princess that didn't need no man to save her. Pocahontas still had John Smith helping her out. But Mulan didn't need... She defended China, okay? So, Mulan's my favorite Disney princess, and I will defend her to the end of time.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, so that's Anastasia. Y'all go give it a watch if you've never seen it or if you just want to rewatch it or whatever. Because Mike gave it an 8 out of 10. I gave it an 8.5 out of 10. So next week's hint is going to be make all your bacon burn. And this is kind of a special video, and we will explain that when that gets posted. So we will see you guys next week. Bye.